Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Monday, the 19th day of February. Today is International Tug of War Day, National Arabian Horse Day, National Chocolate Mint Day. I'm a fan of chocolate
I am
mint.
too.
Oh, so good. National Lash Day. I would like to trim my eyelashes. They are too long
That's
for a man.
not what most people are celebrating
I know,
today.
I suppose. National Vet Girls Rise Day, Prevent Plagiarism Day, U.S. Coast Guard Reserve Birthday, and I saved the best for last, Anniversary of Iwo Jima. I mean, it wasn't a great thing, but there were some wonderful heroes, and I love the statue that kind of commemorates Iwo Jima. It's an amazing statue. Can't even look at that without getting choked up a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
It's also a Movie Star Monday. Our guest today is Katie Burrell. She is a comedian. She is she's an influencer. She's a screenwriter, like a filmmaker, and she's in a movie. She's got her own movie. We're going to be chatting with her about that coming your way here in just a bit. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Give yourself a little credit.
I've been telling you about BetterCreditCards.com for a few years now. I'd love for you to take a few minutes today to check out the website. Who knows? You might find a better credit card, one that offers a better rate, or a credit card that offers cash back, airline miles, or other points and perks that can help you. Check it out now.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Walking down memory lane can help you deal with physical pain, according to Chinese Academy of Sciences. They say that taking a break to look at old photos to reminisce will provide you relief from general aches and pains. The study found that feeling nostalgic helps people overcome low levels of pain by reducing brain activity. While these feelings have been found to reduce people's perception of pain, biological mechanisms at work have remained a mystery until now. Yearning for a simple time reduces brain activity, and it could help people overcome low levels of pain, like headaches. While there is a wide variety of pain medication to choose from, they're saying potentially some of this stuff is addictive, and it comes with the risk of side effects, but they're going, hey, here's the cool thing. Nostalgia is a drug-free way to alleviate low levels of pain. So just sit around and tell tales of good old days gone by.
Look at photos.
Yeah, looking at pictures,
reminisce.
reminiscing.
I love that.
Next thing you know, you're like,
that.
hey, my broken leg doesn't hurt no more.
I don't need to go to the doctor.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not for that. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Insurance. It's important to have insurance, but it's more important to have the right insurance. After all, if you're not covered, it's like not even having insurance. Make sure you're covered for whatever claim might come your way with InsuranceChicken.com, helping you peck out great insurance deals in your area. You need insurance on your car anyway. Why not get great rates for great insurance from InsuranceChicken.com? That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know that incompetent people are often so incompetent they don't even realize their own incompetence?
Yeah, I do know that for a fact.
Now, I'm not pointing any fingers at anybody, especially not in this room. No, actually, I got to say, Heidi is very competent. Without Heidi in this studio, you guys don't even realize how off base I would be. She keeps me on track. She cracks the whip. She keeps me, It
would be a disaster.
It would be
a
a huge disaster. But according to the Dunning-Kruger effect, people who are ignorant or unskilled in any area are too inept to even notice, so they end up thinking they're far more competent than they actually are. And I've experienced this with people, and some really kind-hearted, wonderful people who think that they're really good at something, and then you're like, not so much.
Yeah.
And you're
Don't
like,
quit your day job.
Who's going to tell them that? Somebody should.
And clearly nobody will.
Well, no, somebody will. But yeah, it's interesting. Now I'm going to be getting emails from people. You think you talking about me, John? No, I'm not. All right, we don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. I was not quite ready for this story. James Cameron said he has ideas for Avatar 6 and 7. Wait a minute, what? Huh? The sci-fi filmmaker told People, we're fully through writing movie 5. Aren't there only 2 that are out so far?
I have no idea.
But I've got ideas for 6 and 7. Avatar and the second Avatar were 2 of the biggest grossing films of all time.
There
I've not
clearly
seen
are many more.
I've not seen either of them, and it's not because I haven't
And how
been
crazy! How many
boycotting
times
it.
do we say this? We watch movies like
I know.
nonstop, but
and
all of these movies that we
I'm gonna
come
just
across,
watch it. I'm going to watch it because it's done so well. He pointed out by that time he'll probably be handing the baton on to somebody else. But if Cameron has his way, Avatar series would one day be on par with mega franchises like Star Trek and Star Wars, which both inspired him. So he's like, I got all kinds of ideas. And Tom Holland is hanging up the spandex, taking on Shakespeare instead of Spider-Man. So more details on that, but he's already got a gig doing some stuff with Romeo and Juliet in London's West End. I've got all the details in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
What could you do with an extra $129 a month? In this economy, every penny counts. So an extra $129 each month would absolutely help. Well, 97% of us have a cell phone, and the average person pays $144 a month. Mint Mobile can help you save a mint. At just $15 a month, that's an average savings of $129 each month. It's time for a Mintervention. Switch and save today. Get this special offer at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. A study says frequent travel benefits marriage.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that completely.
Did we need to do a study? Going nice places will make you happy. I'll take the
Not
grant
even
money
just
now.
travel, but just spending quality time together.
Oh, yeah. And, being cooped up together on a long drive, that's quality time right there. All right. Hey, despite what your mother always said, it turns out there are some things that vegetables cannot do. Eating veggies may not help protect you against heart disease, according to a new study. It's triggered strong reactions from critics. Analysis of diets of nearly 400,000 British adults found that raw vegetables can benefit your heart, but not cooked vegetables. What's more, the University of Oxford researchers said any heart-related benefit from vegetables vanished altogether when they accounted for lifestyle factors such as physical activity, things like smoking, drinking, fruit consumption, red meats, processed meats.
Fruit consumption, does that give you heart disease?
No, they're just saying when you're eating more fruits than veggies. So it's just they're saying you can't say this one thing is good and not look at all these other things. The use of vitamins and mineral supplements also is on that list. Other experts were quick to chime in. One professor of cardiovascular and metabolic medicine at the University of Glasgow said, "There's a good trial evidence that eating rich foods in fiber, such as vegetables, can help lower weight and improve risk factors known to cause heart disease." So they're saying, that's what we just said doesn't happen.
Right.
And this person chimes in and goes, I disagree.
So in other words,
I one-up you.
don't pay too much attention to anybody.
Look at my long title. Another person from Tufts University says picking out one single component and adding it to a diet, example vegetables, is not likely going to result in the desired effect. One thing that has become clear over the past decade is that we should not be looking at a single food or nutrient. We rather should look at the whole dietary pattern. I think that's probably true. That's the thing. All right. If you want to read more of that and maybe understand it better, it's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-310-5831. 800-310-5831. That's 800-310-5831.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited to visit right now with Katie Burrell. She is a comedian. She is a filmmaker. She's an influencer and apparently a skier now as well. We've got Katie on the line. Katie, how you doing?
I'm doing well, John.
I'm excited about this film, Weak Layers. It hit theaters a bit ago. Now it's available on demand as well on Amazon and Apple TV. And this is a fun... Now, first of all, I got to ask, are you anything like your character? It's a fun character. Are you that much fun in real life?
I actually like to think I'm more fun than my character in real life. She's a bit of a... But my dad, when he saw the movie, looked at me, he goes, "How much Katie Burrell is there in Cleo Brown?" So I think that he saw the sort of semi-autobiographical factors that Cleo brought to life.
I like it. I think it's really fun. Now, let's talk for folks maybe that haven't seen the trailer. I'm going to give them a link so they can see that. But let's talk about this film so folks can learn a little bit about Weak Layers. What is the movie about, and what is your role in the film?
The movie's about three party-loving best friends who get evicted from their house after throwing an outrageous rager wherein they ski inside of the house and do all sorts of stunts, breaking windows, jumping out of windows, overflowing a hot tub, and are forced to enter a ski movie competition that has landed in their town concurrently, same weekend, up against the biggest pros and biggest names in the ski industry to try to make some money so that they can find housing in a ski town, which is a very difficult task, as there's tons of housing crisis across the board in almost every ski town. And so they're living three girls to a van while they figure out this moment in their lives. And my character is Cleo Brown. She's the sort of den mom or the ringleader of the three. And the three girls, the other two, one's sort of a good time gal, Lucy, played by Jaden Wong, and then the other is a retired ex-Olympian, Tina, played by Chelsea Conwright, who's having her, retirement year. So she's partying for the first time in her young life, and Cleo is at a different place in her life, wherein she's been sort of eddying in that ski powder, après, party lifestyle that ski towns so easily set up for you for too many years at this point. And in her early 30s, she's kind of confronted with a series of events that make her finally really want to chase her dreams, figure her stuff out, and tackle goals and get out of her own way.
And the film kind of pays homage to some other fun movies as well, Hot Tub Time Machine and others. And it's just a fun film that doesn't take itself too seriously, does it?
That's right. I mean, we set out to resurrect the ski comedy, which is a sort of, not forgotten subgenre, but not something we've seen in a few years. And we also haven't seen it with women at the center of the story either.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to make sure that this just was a fun watch. It's something that, should make you want to round up a few pals and go for a ski after and have a laugh. And, there's a central sort of personal growth story, but it's not heavy, and it celebrates, the nobodies of ski towns and the locals that make up the really, strong fabric of a ski town, instead of just celebrating our heroes, hero marketing and the big stars of skiing. This is really about celebrating, the owner of the cookie shop and the guy that drives the snowplow to clear the parking lots, and the ski lifties and the nannies, ski nannies, and the people that really make these places hum.
So before the movie, Weak Layers, were you a snow skier, or did you have to learn to do that for this film?
I was. I've been a skier since I was 2 or 3 years old. I grew up skiing on Mount Washington on Vancouver Island in British Columbia, Canada. And I have lived a lot of the experiences that Cleo Brown, my character, has lived as well. I first moved to a ski town right after university with 3 of my best girlfriends, and we shared a 2-bedroom house with mattresses on the floor and bunk beds that we shared so we could, save as much money as possible. We got jobs that has allowed us to ski, and we skied every day that we could. And I did that for a handful of years. And so it was really fun to bring back some of that, young, playful energy and memories into the film.
Well, I'm excited to see this. Weak Layers. Like I said, it's been in theaters now. It's available on Amazon and Apple TV. Again, thank you so much for your time, Katie. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Again, Katie Burrell has been our guest today. The film is called Weak Layers. I've got a link to all of the info in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Give yourself a little credit.
I've been telling you about BetterCreditCards.com for a few years now. I'd love for you to take a few minutes today to check out the website. Who knows? You might find a better credit card, one that offers a better rate, or a credit card that offers cash back, airline miles, or other points and perks that can help you. Check it out now.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to BetterCreditCards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A platypus sweats milk.
I think those things are so cute.
That is interesting. On here, by the way, it says platypuses sweat milk. That's just a funny way to say that word.
Platypi.
Is that how you would say it?
I have no idea. I would assume that's how you say it.
That is why I said it singularly. A platypus will sweat milk. And then I went and messed it up anyway. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Fleas jump at about 140 times the force of gravity, 20 times that
I knew that.
of a
That's
space
crazy.
shuttle launch. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
When awake, the human brain produces enough electricity to power a small light bulb. Oh, that's kind of cool. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Perspiration is odorless. It's the bacteria on your skin that creates the odor.
Ah.
I like it when we both do that. Adds so much to the show, by the way. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Just 30 minutes of daily complaining can physically damage your brain. And listening to somebody else constantly complain is also negatively affecting your brain function. So stop your complaining. All right. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Insurance. It's important to have insurance, but it's more important to have the right insurance. After all, if you're not covered, it's like not even having insurance. Make sure you're covered for whatever claim might come your way with InsuranceChicken.com, helping you peck out great insurance deals in your area. You need insurance on your car anyway. Why not get great rates for great insurance from InsuranceChicken.com? That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of MintIntervention.com. Question, Heidi. A study showed that the sales of these tripled during the week before the Super Bowl. What are they?
Hot dogs.
No. Lazy Boy recliners.
Oh.
So apparently a lot of people buying new chairs. You need a new chair to watch a game?
Apparently.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know how that affected. It didn't affect me. We did not get new furniture to watch anything. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of MintIntervention.com.
What could you do with an extra $129 a month? In this economy, every penny counts. So an extra $129 each month would absolutely help. Well, 97% of us have a cell phone, and the average person pays $144 a month. Mint Mobile can help you save a mint. At just $15 a month, that's an average savings of $129 each month. It's time for a Mintervention. Switch and save today. Get this special offer at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. This almost became a different segment, but I put it here because I think it's kind of weird. The most sinful states in America, 2024. So each of the 50 states has its own virtues and vices. For example, New Mexico has the worst drug problem. And it certainly comes as no surprise that Nevada is the most gambling-addicted state. Some states are more well-behaved than others, though. In order to determine the states that most give in to their desires, Wallet Hub compared 50 states across 55 key indicators of immoral or illicit behavior. Our data set ranges from violent crimes per capita to excessive drinking to the share of the population who has gambling disorders. So they sent me this email, and I have a link to it so you can actually see it yourself, because I don't know what is going to interest everybody. But there's a ton. Again, it goes on and on and on. A lot of states that are struggling with a lot of things. So if you would like to read the entire thing, you can find a link. You can find the details in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Better veggies for your health. Wait a minute. Didn't we just talk about veggies don't really help?
Yes, we did.
According to what are they called again? Nutritionists. I don't know what I was going to call them. Nutritionists. Here are the best veggies for your health. We'll start at number 10, Brussels sprouts.
Yuck.
I've only had them once, and I was like,
I'm not a fan.
Number 9, I like this, carrots.
I love carrots.
Yeah, they're good for beta carotene. Number 8, beets. We should probably try those.
You know what? I don't know if I've ever had a beet in my life.
We should try some beets. Kimchi, fermented Korean veggie mixture. They say that's really good. Number 6, garlic. I love garlic. We should have that more.
I did not realize garlic was a vegetable.
Yeah. What did you think it was?
I don't know. It was a spice.
Okay. It's good too. Number 5, broccoli sprouts. I love broccoli.
You like broccoli.
Number 4, green peas. I'm a big fan of those.
Peas.
Number 3, jicama, Gicama. I don't even know what that is.
Me either.
But it's a root veggies, and people use them for
I think is
Yakima.
what it is,
Okay,
but
that's probably what
I've
it is.
never had it. So
Number 2, sweet potatoes. They're good for you. And the number 1 best veggie, according to this, shiitake mushrooms. They reduce inflammation and benefit immune function. More details on all of those in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-310-5831. 800-310-5831. That's 800-310-5831.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Our quote today is from Robert Benchley. We just had one from Robert not too long ago. It says, anyone can do any amount of work, provided it isn't the work he is supposed to be doing at that moment. I can relate, Mr. Benchley. Yeah, I'm busy. I've got so much stuff to do. And then I find myself messing around doing stuff that I'm like, why am I doing this right now?
Yes, you do.
I could literally do this anytime. Why am I doing it now? Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think it's funny. I don't know if it's good news, but it's a funny thing, and I didn't know where else to put it, but it's just one of those things that it's going to make you chuckle. It took the internet by storm, Heidi. Our good news comes your way each and every day, courtesy of the all-new Genesis Gold IRA.com. This story is from Canada, and it is a funny story from Pizza Hut. You might have seen this floating around the internet the last couple weeks. Here's a headline. A Pizza Hut's hilarious typo takes the internet by storm. So when they say typo,
I haven't seen this.
When they say typo, I am like 99.9% sure it was a when you're typing something and it just autocorrects what they thought you meant. I bet that's what happened. A Pizza Hut in Canada unwittingly became the center of an online amusement when a seemingly innocent sign turned into an unexpected source of laughter. The sign, proudly displayed on the front of the store, was intended to convey a message about unforeseen circumstances affecting their operations. However, a tiny typo transformed the message into something entirely different, unintentionally, comically, unforeseen circumcisions. Oh. Yeah. So that's not. So it says, here's a sign, the original one. Due to unforeseen circumcisions, the dining room will be closed this evening. Sorry for the inconvenience, open for takeout and delivery only. That's what it said originally. The blunder, by the way, was snapped, a photo snapped and posted online, and the internet did not miss the opportunity to laugh. So then now they have another one. They decided to do a little something because they got so much exposure from this.
I bet they did.
And they said, we appreciate all of our loyal customers. We're having a little bit of fun with our mishap. Autocorrect. We put up a new sign today, and they posted the new one that says circumstances. So anyway, I thought that was really cool. They took what could have been maybe
adorable.
Deemed by some as, oh man, I'm going to pretend like that didn't happen. And they leaned into it and they go, you know what? We all make mistakes. And anybody that hasn't made a mistake, that was a mistake, not admitting you've made a mistake.
Exactly.
We've
all made mistakes.
We all have. All right. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to The John and Heidi Show.